Is Hinduism intolerant? Or is it being unfairly judged by those who barely understand it? Welcome to Sacred Echoes of India. In this segment, we are going to talk about the widespread misconceptions surrounding Hinduism and whether it is truly as tolerant and inclusive as it is often claimed to be. In a world where intolerance often thrives on ignorance, spreading knowledge is our most potent weapon. But can it also serve to dispel the persistent biases, mockery, and misinformation directed at Hindus across the globe? Despite their immense contributions to global development, innovation, education, and philanthropy, Hindus continue to experience both subtle and overt forms of bias and discrimination, whether it's the ridicule of their traditions, vandalism of temples, or misconceptions about their beliefs. The Hindu community has endured decades, even centuries, of misrepresentation. The problem is not merely rooted in hate, it's deeply entrenched in ignorance. Western figures like Winston Churchill and Charles Dickens, hailed in history, also propagated negative stereotypes about Hindus. These weren't fringe individuals, they were icons of Western thought. This systemic bias has trickled down through centuries, reinforcing a skewed image of Hinduism. Even today in America, despite Hindus being the most educated religious group, studies show they are not viewed as warmly as Catholics, Jews, or evangelical Christians. Hindu temples have been vandalized. These events are not anomalies, they are symptoms of a long-standing issue. One of the most common forms of ridicule is the Hindu reverence for cows. But consider this, modern medicine uses animal products too. For instance, Pramarin, a widely prescribed hormone replacement drug, is made from horse urine. Yet, when Ayurveda, a millennia-old Hindu medicinal system, uses cow urine for its healing properties, it's mocked. This hypocrisy reflects the unwillingness to view Hindu traditions through a fair or respectful lens. Ayurveda, yoga, and meditation, Hindu gifts to humanity, are now widely embraced by people across faiths and nations. Yet the credit due to Hinduism is often withheld. Even yoga, now a global phenomenon, is being detached from its dharmic roots. Yoga is not just physical exercise. It's a spiritual discipline grounded in karma, reincarnation, and inner union. Religious freedom, but for whom? There are more than 1 billion Hindus, yet no nation in the world recognizes Hinduism as its official state religion. In contrast, 13 countries, mostly in Europe, officially endorse Christianity. 27 countries recognize Islam as their state religion. Buddhism and Judaism also hold official status in few countries. In 30 nations, Hindus are legally disqualified from holding the highest offices of the land. And yet, these same countries often lecture others about religious freedom and tolerance. Take the swastika, an ancient and sacred Hindu symbol that has existed for over 10,000 years, symbolizing well-being and good fortune. It has nothing to do with Hitler, yet the West frequently associates it with Nazism, an unfair and inaccurate conflation that must end. And while belief in angels is considered acceptable and spiritual, 88% of American Christians believe in them. The Hindu reverence for divine elements in nature, including cows, is treated as unscientific or primitive. This isn't just unfair, it's intellectually dishonest. Hindu traditions emphasize preventive health, inner peace, and environmental consciousness ideas the world urgently needs today. From climate change to mental health, Hindu philosophy offers time-tested, sustainable solutions. Yoga and meditation to tackle depression and anxiety. Ayurveda as a holistic approach to preventive health, non-violence, and non-possessiveness to counter greed and consumerism. While the West promotes mindfulness and coherence breathing as modern innovations, these are deeply rooted in Hindu pranayama practices. We are already beneficiaries of Hindu wisdom. We must, at a minimum, acknowledge this. What makes Hinduism unique is its freedom. One can choose to pray to a single divine reality, multiple deities, or none at all. If one doesn't resonate with existing paths, they are free to create new ones. This spiritual inclusivity is unparalleled. The issue of caste, often used to shame Hindu society, is complex and evolving. India has made remarkable progress. People from marginalized communities have become presidents, chief minister, and prime ministers. Yet, global discourse continues to rely on colonial-era narratives, often without understanding the nuances of jati, gotra, and varna. Oversimplification and cherry-picked criticisms do not help promote genuine inclusivity or understanding. True pluralism is not about tolerating others, it's about accepting and respecting them. In India, Hindus often pray at churches, mosques, gurdwaras, and Jain temples, showcasing spiritual unity. Yet, the same acceptance is not always extended to Hindu traditions abroad. It's time we stop trying to fix Hinduism to fit Western frameworks. Diversity cannot survive if we keep pushing monoculture under the banner of religious expansion. Hinduism doesn't seek converts, it seeks seekers. It doesn't aim to conquer lands, it urges people to conquer their own minds. One should not think, my religion alone is the right path and other religions are false. God can be realized by means of all paths. There is only one God towards whom all are traveling, but the paths are different. To let such a vast, peaceful, intellectually rich tradition disappear under the weight of prejudice and ignorance would be a loss for all humanity. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.